Trading days, April 16th, 2016. This is a little longer term view. I've shown this chart for a number of months now at this point, and it is a weekly chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And the reason we've been showing it, it has two of these longer term and critical aspects showing up on the chart. And they are the red squares start, that's the Jupiter squared Saturn aspect, and the green squares, which are Saturn Neptune squared. So both of those aspects involve Saturn. In fact, Saturn is in a T-square, and Saturn is the what we'll call the apex of the T. When you have a T-square, you typically have two planets which are opposing each other, and then one planet which squares both, and it looks like a T if you draw lines. This is in the text of of this blog post, but Saturn being the focal point of the T-square, and Saturn is about discipline and control, whereas the two planets they're squaring are opposing each other, and that's Jupiter opposing Neptune, and that aspect would be like a maze, and deception would be key, and I think we're seeing that in a lot of activity in the markets and just world events in general. Deception. The fact that Saturn's involved, we're probably going to get tension. I think we already have that, and possibly conflict. The conflict, Saturn is in Sagittarius with Mars, which is turning retrograde, so that conflict could quickly turn into warlike activity. Let's take a little closer look at this chart now that we're talking about it. It's been a note on here for months, and it says every pass of the waning square between Jupiter and Saturn that has been a 3-pass has resulted in a longer term cycle unfolding between the first and the last passages. Well, here's the first, here's the last, here's two big dips. Now, the question is, what longer term cycle could be hitting their trough here? Timing wise, the 6.5 to 7 year cycle would fit. These so far just haven't been that deep, but they could very well be it. The other cycle that were on our reports for quite a few months, the kitchen cycle, which is approximately 3.3 years, I think we've got the kitchen cycle right here. I mean, they're so close it could be either one, but let's just say it's here. I'm just not sure on the other aspect if they're actually making a low here or not. What my thinking was is that we would get a low around the time frame of the sun's of the Jupiter Saturn square, and not on the date. Let's forget dates. And the green, the square, which is the Saturn Neptune square. So this is where my thinking was, but this could be anywhere in June, I think, at this point. I was looking mid to the end of June for a significant low. These are significant lows. Maybe it's a retest of these, or maybe it's a retest of something lower. Okay, let's I wanted to say here. I don't think so. The other long-term aspect that showed up on here was the Uranus-Pluto square that I talked about ad nauseum. You'll see that it's at tops and downs, but just remember this was the whole time period of QE 1, 2, 3, 4, and on it went. Hopefully we won't see it again, but so it's going up under, market's going up under very negative transits. Okay, that's all I wanted to say on this. Thanks for listening.